First of all, thank you for joining my class and visiting to my channel. Today we are going to learn on the science subject, and today onwards, in this video we are going to study a complete information on each and every chapter's brief details, so that you will come to know what are all the contents available in each chapter in the science subject for the 6th standard science. Okay, I'm going to cover first a syllabus. Okay, this syllabus is designed for a CBSE and NCERT board. Okay, so and also I'm going to explain when we go one by one chapter wise. I'm going to explain a theory first, then activities. I try to put it in a practical activities, and so that you will literally see it and feel it, the real scenario of the activities, and then we'll solve the examples at the end of each chapter. And also I'm going to give you questionnaires, QA, for preparation for examination. Okay, so these are the plans I have put in place to completely study about the science subject for the 6th standard, and let us continue and without much delay.
Welcome to my channel Educate to Grow. All my sessions are divided to subsection topic. You can jump directly to specific content whichever you want during the session.
First chapter. Let us start with the first chapter is food. First chapter with the food. So every day you have a food, okay, to live the life. So where this food comes from? That is a question. Where this food come from? That is a question. We are going to study on this subject and how the food is prepared, how and where the food ingredients are there. What are the ingredients are required to prepare the food. Those ingredients or how it is grown up, we'll study on that completely. Next we will study on components of food. Second chapter, components of food. Components means what? Components of food. For example, if you take a rice, okay, if you take a sambar, if you take some burger, if you take a bread, so in that what are the components? For example, nutritions. What are the nutritions are involved in that? We are going to talking about nutritions. Okay, nutritions. Okay, like for example protein, okay, protein and carbohydrate. Okay, we'll discuss in depth one by one in the separate video with each chapter wise. Now let us start with the third chapter. What exactly it tells you? The third chapter will tell you a fiber to fabric. Fiber to fabric. Fiber to fabric. Fiber to fabric means where is the fiber comes from. We'll study that one. How the fabric can be converted from the fiber. So fiber is nothing but a line. This is a thread. How this is a thread is become made from, and from this thread we are going to create a cloth. And which you are going to wear it. Okay, and this is the thread. Okay, this is the cotton thread. How this is made up on, okay, how it is come up, how it is grown up. So that's how we are going to discuss on this chapter. That is all about fiber to fabric chapter. Okay, now let us go with the next chapter. Fourth chapter we have totally called that is called sorting materials into groups. sorting materials into groups. So what do you mean by sorting? For example, if you sit when you are staying in the home, you will see several items, like you will see for example, you will see a TV, you will see a bed, you will see books, okay, you will see a dress, etc, okay, you will see a food as well, so many things. So we are going to categorize these items according to their functions and features wise. Okay, bed is only for sleep, book is only for reading, dress is for to cover your body, and food is for life leading. So something like that. We are going to sorting the materials first. We are going to sorting the material, and then we are going to group it out. Then we are going to group it out. Okay, like that. So next chapter. Next chapter, separation of substances. Separation of substances. Separation of substances. What do you mean by separation of substances? Separation of substances means here we are going to discuss, for example, you have a liquid. Okay, we have a liquid in the form of milk. You can see milk is a liquid. From this milk, what you get? Curd, butter. Okay, so you are separating from the milk to curd and butter. So we are doing separation from a substance. Substance is what here substance is called milk. Okay, and separation process is the two, one is curd and one is butter. Okay, so these things we are going to discuss on the 5th chapter. 6th chapter is changes around us. What is changing around us? Weather, and this contains air. Okay, there is a pollution, etc. We are going to discuss about environment related. We are going to discuss with the environment related topics in this. Okay, that is how part which is going to cover in this. So next going to cover 7th chapter, getting to know plants. Getting to know plants. So here getting to know plants, so you mean to here what you want to getting to know plants. Plant is the one which gives a lot of information. It gives a food basically. Okay, I'll come to that point when we get into this subject. So we want to study how the plant is going to grow, and what are the parts of the plants. What are the parts? Okay, parts of plants. Okay, we'll go with the picture and we'll explain each and every one how the plant develops to generate a food, how it lives. Okay, all those things we will discuss in this chapter. 8th chapter is body movements. 8th chapter is body movements. So what do you mean by body movement? See, we are human being. Okay, we are human being. And we have legs, we have a hand, eye and mouth, etc. Okay, so how these leg moves. Okay, how the leg is going to move, how, and how hand moves, how hand moves, okay, how it will be moving, and how the eye close and open, okay, and how the mouth will work. All those things, these are all are the studies we are going to cover in the body movement. We are going to cover in the body movement, okay, that is a part of the 8th chapter. Okay, now next cover on the 9th chapter, which is the living organisms. For 9th chapter is living, okay, living organisms, its characteristics and habitats. For example, so we are humans, like that animals, like that insects and plants, and all the plants will not grow at one place, okay, all the plants will not grow at one place, all the animals will not stay at one location, all the insects will not stay at one location. So they have separate environment, separate color, separate weather it is required, and in that weather only those respective animals and respective insects and plants will be grown. So that is called that environment is called, that is part of the habitat. And we, in that habitat, what are the animals and insects and plants will be grown, and what are all its characteristics. What characteristics means, what is the characteristics means what kind of animal it is, and what is its behavior. We are going to study all those things in the living organisms in this chapter number 10. In the chapter number 10, here interesting chapter starts. Motion and measurements of distance. Measurement and measurements of distance. What do you mean by motion and measurements of distance? Here is a human, okay, here is a human, he walks here, that is called moving, okay, moving from one place to other place, right? You are moving from one place to other place. This is called motion. That is called motion. Okay. Now, when you go certain, for example, now you go to a shop. And you ask for what you say was for 1 liter Coca-Cola. Okay, Coca-Cola, 1 liter Coca-Cola. What is this 1 liter? Okay, what is this 1 liter means? So that is called measuring unit. That is called measuring unit. Okay, that is called measuring unit, and we are going to discuss on that. Okay, all those things we are going to discuss on those. That is part of the chapter 10. So 11th chapter is light, shadows and reflection. Lights, shadows and reflections. What do you mean by light? When you sit in the home, okay, when you sit in the home, you have a light here. You are sitting here, okay, light will be glowing here. Okay, light, you have a switch here, switchboard, on and off, okay, on and off. Okay, when you click on this on, the light will start. So how the light is still going to glow? What is it? How the light energy comes from? Light energy come from. So we'll discuss that one. And how the shadow means how. What is a shadow? When the sun is in the 12 p.m. sun is in the mid of the, you are walking on the ground. Okay, you are walking on the road. Okay, you are walking on the road, so the shadow will be here only, because the sun rays coming like this, and your shadow will be coming down here only. Okay, this is called shadow. So we are going to discuss how this is going to work out, how this is going to create a shadow. Then reflection. Okay, and reflection, you see, when the reflection, for a best example is a river. Okay, river. Okay, river. So this is a river. Okay, this is river, and here on this river completely the sun the sun completely reflection takes place here. This is the water. Okay, now this is the water, this is water. Okay, this is water, and the green one is called sun rays reflection. So how this reflection going to work out, how the shadows will going to work out, how the lights will come into picture. So we're going to discuss on that. Okay, we're going to discuss on that chapter. So that is part of the 11th chapter. Next chapter is electricity. Electricity. Electricity means what? Electricity, from here the current comes. Okay, from current the light will come, and anything can be done. Light will come, and motor works. Okay, all those things. How this current is developed using circuits. Okay, those things we are going to discuss in this chapter. So that is a part of the 12th chapter. 13th chapter is fun with magnets. Fun with magnets. The best example is, I'm going to give you compass. Okay, here compass is going to show you like this arrow mark, north and south. Okay, this is compass. Using this compass in the old in the very ancestor people, they travel in the sea. Okay, travel in the sea. So they use map and compass. Okay, using this map and compass, they will reach from one city to another city. Okay, by walking and all. So this gives the complete direction, and this is just given one example. This is how there are several examples using the magnets. We are going to discuss on that. Okay, that's how we are going to discuss on that. 14th chapter is water. Okay, what do you mean? What is the water? How it is generated? How it is prepared? How it has come? Okay, how it has come. Okay, we'll discuss on this, and how it will be helpful to us to live the life. So that's we are going to discuss on this water. Generally, when you're thirsty, you're going to drink the water. Okay, and you will feel comfortable. So this water makes a lot of important component for the body. So that's when we are going to discuss on the subject water. Coming to the next chapter, 15, that is air around us. Air around us. What do you mean by air around us? So air, what are the air? How many components are there in the air? Components in the air. Okay, air, components in the air, and how it is important to us. How it is important to us, we are going to discuss on this. Okay, we are going to discuss on this. Okay, next, coming to the 16th chapter. 16th chapter is garbage. Garbage in and out. What is in? It is going to useful further, and some things are not going to useful. not going to useful. So like this we are going to discuss on each and every chapter. And once again, let me, very important point I want to discuss here, this science subject is completely comprised of several categories of science. So what my intent is here to tell is, so if you study in the future wise, you are going to deal with the subject of the science like physics, chemistry, biology and mathematics, so on. So right now under this 16 chapter, what are those categories are involved? Let us understand first. This is part of the biology, and this is part of chemistry. Okay, this is part of the chemistry. And it's the third, coming to this is part of the physics. And this is also part of physics subject. This is part of the physics subject. Coming to the next 11th chapter, this is once again a physics subject. And next this is also physics subject. And once again this is going to physics subject. And this is once again going to be biology. And this is going to be a biology. And next food. This is also biology. And this is once again a chemistry. And this is also one part of the chemistry. And this is a separation of materials into, this is also chemistry. And this is chemistry. And this is chemistry. And this is a biology. So like this the subjects are divided. Okay, so like this the subjects are divided, and at the end of the subject we are going to discuss on complete, I told, illustration and activities and all those things. We are going to cover it. Let me summarize the things. First chapter is food, components and fiber to optics. These are the chapter wise. The chapter name is like this. Okay, second chapter, third chapter, fourth chapter and fifth chapter. Okay, like this. And sixth chapter, seventh chapter, and next 8th, 9th and 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th chapter, and 14, 15, 16th chapter, so on. So totally 16 chapters we have. So we have 16 chapters. Okay, 16 chapters, and each chapter I'm going to cover each chapter. We're going to divide a sub videos. Will explain okay, will explain illustration wise activities. Essentially these are required to understand when you want to take interest, when you want to build your interest to study on the subject. Okay, hopefully these are the brief syllabus subject I have explained now. Hope you got to know what things to read, what things you need to capture in your mind, some little bit idea you will be having right now. So with this I'm going to stop at this moment, and we will start with chapter number 1, food, in upcoming video session. Thank you very much. I like you to share this video to your friends and your student, any one of you who likes it, so it will be helpful for them. Thank you very much.